Hi everyone, here again for another read aloud. This one goes out to all my 1CW scientists out there. At this time of the year in school, we start learning about animals and animal adaptations. And the book that I'm going to read to you today is one that we love to share with our students during this unit. It is called What If You Had an Animal Nose by Sandra Markle. Sandra Markle has a whole series of these books that talk about different animal body parts. We have the nose one, a tail, hair. There's one about feet and teeth. And these books really get into how these animals use their special body parts to survive in their environments. So I want to read this book to you today, and I want you to think about what you would do if you had an animal's nose. For some reason, I always find this book to be a tongue twister, so bear with me. I'm going to do my best for you. What if one day when you woke up and looked in the mirror, the nose on your face wasn't yours? What if overnight a wild animal's nose took its place? Cottontail rabbit. A rabbit's nose is packed with smell sensors. A rabbit nose twitch for many different reasons. A rabbit wiggles its nose up and down to pull more air in when it sniffs. That helps it find food or tell when hungry hunters are close, so it can hop to safety. A rabbit's nose twitches faster when it is interested or excited, sometimes as many as 120 times a minute. If you had a rabbit's nose, your twitching nose would show your school spirit. Elephant. An elephant's nose may be the most useful nose on the planet. It's so long and special, it even has its own name, a trunk. An elephant's trunk can sniff smells from lots of directions, even from up high. It can lift and carry something as heavy as a big log. An elephant also uses its trunk to pull in water, as much as 2 gallons at a time. Then it sprays a drink in its mouth or gives itself a shower. If you had an elephant's trunk, you wouldn't need to go to a water park in the summer. Grizzly bear. A grizzly bear's nose is packed with smell sensors. No wonder this bear is a champ at tracking down food, sometimes from over a mile away. It needs to find and eat all the food it can before winter. That's when a grizzly bear goes into a deep sleep called hibernation and usually doesn't eat at all. If you had a grizzly bear's nose, you could sniff out all your favorite goodies and only trick or treat at the best houses. Warthog. A warthog's nose isn't pretty, but it's the perfect food finder. First, the warthog uses its strong sense of smell to sniff out the underground roots and bulbs it likes to eat. Then, the warthog rolls its nose around to dig into soft soil with some help from its tusks. Finally, the warthog uses its nose to lift dirt out of the hole until it finds the roots or bulbs to munch. If you had a warthog's nose, you would never need anything but your nose to build sandcastles. Saiga. A saiga is a sheep-sized antelope with proboscis nose. Its proboscis is lined with hairs and snotty mucus, making it perfect for filtering out dust. That's important because the saiga's homeland is often dry and dusty. Herds of saigas live together and kick up a lot of dust traveling in search of grass to eat. If you had a saiga's nose, you would never notice when a room was dusty. I'm going to show you his nose close up because that's a fun one. Oh boy, wait till you see this one. Star-nosed mole. That is his nose right there. That's wild. A star-nosed mole is a small burrowing animal that uses its nose to find dinner in the dark underground and sometimes even underwater. The star-nosed mole uses its nose to smell, but it also uses it to feel for food. Its nose has 22 fleshy rays around the nostrils. These are always moving. And quick as a blink, the mole knows if its nose touches food, like a worm or insect. If you had a star-nosed mole's nose, you could find a midnight snack without turning on the kitchen light. Oops. Rhinoceros. A rhinoceros is the only animal with a horn on its nose. It's made up of layers of keratin, the same stuff that human hairs and fingernails are made of. Male rhinos use their horns to duel for mates. Females use theirs to guard their babies. Besides having a horn, a rhino's nose has a keen sense of smell to find leaves and fruit to eat. They can also sniff for enemies like lions. If you had a rhinoceros's nose, you'd be the perfect bodyguard. Giant anteater. Did you get a good look at him? What looks like a giant anteater's long nose is really its upper and lower jaws joined together. Its nose is on the tip of its long tube. The nose is perfect for poking into hard-to-reach places to sniff out yummy insects like ants and termites. A giant anteater also uses its long nose like a snorkel when it goes swimming so it can breathe while underwater. If you had a giant anteater's nose, you could go scuba diving without a snorkel. I hope you saw that part. My phone did something funky. Horseshoe bat. A horseshoe bat's nose makes it a super nighttime bug hunter. Like other bats, a horseshoe bat hunts by snorting high-pitched noises out its nose and listening for echoes of anything around them. But most bats shoot sounds in every direction at once. The shape of this bat's nose channels the sounds which can pinpoint exactly where to snag an insect. If you had a horseshoe bat's nose, you'd catch every fly that tried to spoil your picnic. Hammerhead shark. A hammerhead shark's nose is only for smelling, not breathing. The shark swings its head side to side, forcing water into a nostril near each eye. Because its nostrils are so far apart, the shark can tell if a fishy scent is stronger to the left or to the right. Then it tracks down its dinner. If you had a hammerhead shark's nose, you would always know the best places to fish. A wild animal's nose could be cool for a while, but you don't use your nose to spray water or to dig in the ground. You don't need your nose to catch flies or be in a snorkel while you swim underwater. And you'll never grab anything with your nose, no matter what. So if you could keep a wild animal nose for more than a day, what kind would be right for you? Luckily, you don't have to choose. The nose on your face will always be a people nose. It will be what you need to breathe and sniff all the scents around you. It's the perfect place to rest glasses if you need them to see better. Best of all, your nose is just what you need to look like you. The end. So, Mrs. Walsh and I want to know, if you had to choose another animal's nose that you learned about in the book, which one would you choose and why? You can feel free to send us an email and let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Bye.